Are you struggling to lose weight in spite of doing everything right? It might not be your metabolism. It might be your circadian rhythm. Welcome. Thank you for being fearlessly, fabulously you. Yes, it's Weigh-In Wednesday, week 16, my penultimate weigh-in week, meaning second to last. And I will share the numbers on the scale and see how close I'm getting to my 40 pounds in 4 months natural weight loss journey. But first, a subject that's near and dear to our hearts, sleep. So many of us don't get enough, and it can really mess up our metabolism and increase belly fat. There are 4 ways that poor sleep can impact our health. One is that it increases our ghrelin, which is the hunger hormone. It makes us think we're hungry when we're really not. At the same time, it decreases our leptin, which is our feeling of fullness. So telling our body that we're full enough. I can't say that word satiety, so that's why I avoided it. Anyway, so it increases the ghrelin, which we really don't want, and it decreases the leptin, which we do want. In addition, it can increase our cortisol levels, which is our stress hormone, which causes us to carry extra weight, especially around the belly. And it can decrease our insulin sensitivity, which means our sugar stays in the blood longer, which can increase our risk for type 2 diabetes. So sleep is vitally important, not only for weight loss, but also our overall health. There's a wonderful book by Dr. Matthew Walker called Why Sleep Matters. And I quote from it in my book, Goddesses Don't Diet, which is about intermittent fasting. And I do make the connection between weight loss and sleep. And here's a quote from Dr. Walker. Sleeping less than 6 or 7 hours a night demolishes your immune system, more than doubling your risk of cancer. It also disrupts blood sugar levels so profoundly that you would be classified as pre-diabetic. He also writes that what he calls short sleeping increases your risk for coronary artery blockage and hardening, which can lead to cardiovascular disease, stroke, and congestive heart failure. Our bodies operate on a 24-hour internal clock known as the circadian rhythm. And when we disrupt that by staying up late, getting inconsistent sleep, or by not getting enough daylight early in the morning, we throw off our metabolism. Sunlight is key in the morning. Just 10 to 15 minutes of natural light within an hour of waking up resets our circadian rhythm, tells the body it's daytime, and it helps melatonin release properly at night. It literally sets the tone for fat-burning hormones to work correctly. Hormonal shifts during perimenopause and menopause, like lower estrogen and progesterone levels, make deep sleep harder to come by. Add night sweats, restless leg syndrome, and anxiety, and it's a recipe for waking up exhausted. Late night snacking, screen use, and irregular sleep schedules are contributing factors that confuse the brain's deep sleep signals and delay melatonin production. Now that we know sleep matters, like we really had to be told, right? Here are some tips for getting the sleep your body needs. Tip 1 is to get sunlight first thing in the morning. So what I like to do is take my morning cup of coffee outside and just sit out there with the birds. No iPhone, no screen time, no sunglasses, and just get some good daylight, some great vitamin D as well. If you needed another reason not to snack late at night or have too late of a dinner, your sleep is another good reason. If your body's busy digesting food that it shouldn't be having that late at night, you're not going to be able to sleep because your body is actively working on some internal processes that are going to keep you from good sleep. You may also want to supplement with magnesium glycinate. That's the form of magnesium that will help your body sleep. You can also take melatonin. I take that quite frequently, almost every night. I am probably taking too much of it though. I learned recently that you should only take as much as your body naturally produces, which is 0.3 milligrams to 1 milligram. I've been taking 3 and 5 milligrams, which are pretty commonly available in the pharmacies and natural food stores. And I probably should be taking a lot less. I actually recently, because I was having trouble sleeping, bumped it up to 10 milligrams, which is far too much. So try to go with a more natural amount, which is 0.3 to 1 milligrams if you're going to take melatonin. Other forms of natural sleep aids are chamomile tea, valerian root, and passion flower. Another way to ensure that you're getting adequate sleep is to try to keep the same sleep schedule. So even on the weekends, I know that's hard because we'd all like to sleep in Sunday mornings, but it can mess with our sleep schedule, our circadian rhythm, if we end up staying up really late, let's say on a Saturday night, and sleeping in late on a Sunday. When Monday comes around, that's one reason we get the Monday blues, is because our sleep schedule is disrupted and we aren't quite ready to wake up at that particular time because we just reset it on Sunday. When your body gets the sleep it needs, your metabolism will respond, and that can aid in weight loss. Speaking of, okay, here come the numbers. In week 16, I only lost 0.2 pounds. That's in spite of staying on my plan of 1 meal a day, very low carb, and exercise. That brings my total weight loss over the 16 weeks to 36 pounds. And that means I would have 4 more pounds to lose by next week to reach my 40-pound in 4-month goal. Now, is there any way I can lose 4 pounds in 1 week after already being on a weight loss plan for 16 weeks? No. So I'm probably not going to make it, but that's okay. And I'll tell you why I'm still smiling. Let's look at my non-scale victory. So in spite of such a small weight loss in week 16, I lost a ½ inch on my abs, an inch on my waist, and 1¼ inches on my hips. That is some insane inches lost in 1 week. I think what this means is that I'm changing fat for lean muscle because it weighs less than lean muscle does. And I believe now strength training really works because I have been doing strength training for the last several weeks, and I think it's starting to show up in my body, which is awesome. Since this is my second to last weigh-in, and if you've been following my progress, you know what I've been eating. I've been eating 1 meal a day, very healthy, very low carb, and getting enough protein. So I'm not going to go through my whole meal plan. If you're curious, you can see what I've been eating the previous 15 weeks. I did fast 1 day during week 16, and the rest of the time I stuck with my OMAD low carb plan. And of course, the usual disclaimer, I'm not a doctor and I don't even play one on YouTube. Before starting any weight loss program, discuss it with your health care provider. There, I covered the lawyers in the group. Now next week will be my final weigh-in of my 4-month journey. And I'm going to be sharing my before and after photos, my before and after measurements, my weight, of course, and then also sort of encapsulating exactly how I did it and my plans for maintaining it. And on Friday, we'll have another episode on indie publishing. It's part of our 10-episode series on how to write, and publish, polish, and sell your own book. Thank you for joining me at Fearless and Fabulous. Stay fearless, stay fabulous, and I will see you next time.